Hey guys, Clark here. Just wanted to share with you guys how to create high quality images using Canva. Now, this is a software that I have used and I found success with in creating images, so I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about it and what I found that's helped me. So, um, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, some of the steps to creating an image. You want to start with an objective. Okay, is it going to be an inspirational image? Is it going to be educational? Is it going to be humor? Have some idea of what you want to say, what you want to convey in that image. Then you also need to think about the destination. Is it for Facebook? Is it for Instagram? Is it for Twitter, wherever it happens to be, you need to think about where you're going to place it. So, and then it's good to have some idea of what it might look like, some vision for what you might want to have in the background. Is it a nature picture in the background? Is it is it a person in the background? Is it you in the background? Whatever it happens to be, having some idea of what it looks like in the background will help you in creating your image, because you're going to need pieces and components of the image in order to put the pieces together and create your final image. So with that said, let's go into the Canva demo. Canva is just a software. It's it's an online software available on the internet, just canva.com, and I've already logged in. And so when you log into Canva, there is a free version, there's a paid version. You log in, and with the information that you already have, your objective, what kind of image is it going to be, where you're going to place it. Before we create our design, we need to know an idea of where we're going to put it. So for me, I'm on Instagram, and I create a lot of images for that. So I'm going to start with, and you'll see at the top, if I say create design here, there's all these choices, these templates that are built in. And so you have the choice on the size image you want to start with. So for me, I like to start with an Instagram post. So I'll click on that. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see there's a bunch of different choices here. There's layouts, elements, text, background, and then you can upload your own images to use as essentially like layers in this photo. And they also have some free templates here. Some of them are actually not free and they're paid. And there's a search bar, so you can type in, if you wanted a picture of a beach, for example, for the background, you can type in beach, and then it'll pull up all these free images. Now as you scroll down, some of them cost money. Like for example, this one right here costs $1. So if you ended up using this one, you'll be charged $1 when you download it. And that that could be used as the background. And then you could, if you click on it and then you delete it, you can start again with another one. So you pick your background, and I've decided that I have some text that I want to share. So I'm going to search for, see if I can find a mountain. And it doesn't really matter what you pick, you just need to, ideally it would be something that moves you. And I'm doing this on the fly. I don't, this isn't rehearsed or anything. I don't, you're getting me on the fly, what I normally do when I create an image. So I want to we'll try this one. And there's a lot of trial and error in this. This is a paid one, but I like the image, so I may end up paying for it. But this will just give you guys an idea of how you can how you guys can create these images. So all I did was click on text, and then you just click here, and then you add text, and then you could say something like the figure of you is waiting for so I just created something, and this isn't something that I've seen anywhere. This is just something that I came up with. But you could easily find an inspirational image online. You can Google search inspirational images, look for or inspirational quotes, find an inspirational quote, and then put that in here as text. And if it's someone that if there's a name tied with that quote, you want to reference them. But in this case, this is something that I just put together, so I'm not going to do that. But so the bigger version of you is waiting outside your comfort zone. And then I can click up here and I can change the size. So this image, this isn't like a comfortable image. This is somebody who's putting some effort into hiking up a mountain. So they're stretching. They're stretching their muscles. They're pushing themselves. And so I like to. So there's some congruency with the background with this saying. They're pushing themselves outside their comfort zone. And then what I also like to do is I like to brand it. Anytime you're doing your own image, you want to brand it. And you may have a blog, you may not, and whatever you happen to be, or have, whatever it happens to be, even if it's just your name, you want to brand it in some way. I've had images where I've branded it, and then people literally copy the image, and then they paste their own stuff over it. So I've had people do that, and but the reality of it is it does happen. So I recommend you do brand your own images, especially the ones you create from scratch. So where do I want to put this? I don't know, right there. And you can see as you're scrolling around, it centers. That little, it'll tell you where the center is. And if you wanted the center of the image itself, see how it shows you both of those purple lines. I don't know if you can see that, but that would be the direct center of the image. So I like it underneath this. In this image, I kind of like that. So that's it. That's the image right there. And so what I can do now is I can go up to click download, and then I'm going to PNG is fine, and it's going to want to charge me $1 because that image, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to just say purchase and download. and then I'm going to say save. And that now, let me look in my downloads folder. Okay, here it is. So there's the image right there, if you guys can see that. And now what I can do is I can share this. You know, I can copy it. It's on my desktop now, and I can just you know, put that on Instagram. I can put it on Facebook. I can put it wherever I want. So that's it. Let me just go over some of the other features real quick. I kind of just went right into creating the graphic, how I create the graphic, but you guys might want to you know, create it a little differently, especially if you don't want to spend any money. So if we say create a design, and I'm going to create a new one. Let me save this first. Saved. So I'll create a design. I'll say Instagram post. You also have the option of picking something that's already here. You know, if you click on this, this is already a template that you can use and you can adjust. Or you can go right to backgrounds and just pick a, you know, either pick a solid color, pick a free background. You know, there's paid versions of backgrounds, like that one's a paid version. Now it's combining several backgrounds, so I like highlight them all and delete them. You know, but if you wanted to pick one of these or pick a solid background, and then you can go to text, and you can pick some of the default text up here like I did, or you can go down and there's already this predefined templates and things. So if you liked, I don't know, this one, you know, 2 in there. My computer's really slow. It's actually, so apologize for that. I'm having trouble. There we go. You got to highlight the border in order to get it to delete. Or you could hover over it and delete the whole thing. But you guys get the idea. You can pick one of these that you like and modify the text on the inside. You know, whatever it happens to be. And then you can change the text font itself if you'd like. You know, or you can adjust the size. And then there's something called elements, and in here you can pick different grids if you have photos you want to arrange in a certain way. You can pick frames. You know, if you'd like to put, you know, a picture of you in a frame, you can just upload a picture. You know, say I don't know, say that picture, and then you can hover it over there, and you can, you know, the frame's not the right size for this picture, but I can, anyway. You guys are getting the idea that you can scale this and you know, use these elements however you feel like you want to. So let me just go back to elements again. We have shapes. Sometimes you want to put shapes. It's good to put shapes behind text. So if you have a background and your text isn't showing up properly, you can put this, the white text, or if this were white, which you can change the color, you could put black text here, and then it would show up a little better than just on the background itself, especially if you have a photograph. If you have a photograph, using these background shapes, the shape elements are very helpful behind text. And then, you guys can play around with this, but this is, there's some other options in here. I don't use these that much. Like I said, the way I create an image is the way I showed right at the beginning, but I'm just trying to show you guys there's other features in here that I occasionally use, but usually I just find an image I really like with a quote I really like, and I just brand it to myself and download it, and I'm good to go. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. I do have a blog post on this, so if you would like to learn more about doing this, using Canva, I have a blog post that goes into a little bit more detail. So I recommend you visit that. I'd also like to say, if you've gotten value from this information, I'm going to be doing regular live videos on my fan page. So if you'd like to be the first to know some of this information that hopefully has helped you, go ahead and like my page, and that way you'll get notified when I in fact go live. And I also have a newsletter on my blog as well, if that's something that you want to stay up to date with, the be the first to know some of the information that I post. Go ahead and and join that newsletter as well. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you got value out of this, and hopefully you're more comfortable using Canva to create high quality images. And I'll see you on the next video. So thank you guys again.